Business confidence in the economy has dropped to its lowest in 5 years, according to the Association of Ghana Industries Business Barometer report for the second quarter of this year. The report engaged about 450 chief executives of big to small businesses across various sectors on the expectations of the current business environment and what they expect in the coming months. The barometer, which ranks from 1 to 100, shows that in just 3 months, business confidence had dropped from 90 to about 22%. The business owners also cite the cedi depreciation, power supply and increased taxes as a major challenge for them. The association says government must act to save the entire industrial sector from collapse. James Asare J is President, Association of Ghana Industries, and he's joined me over the telephone. We'll talk about this over the next few minutes. Hello, James.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to your viewers.
Absolutely. Tell us more about this drop in business confidence in the country. How bad is the situation?
Well, thank you once again. As you rightly indicated, the second quarter Business Barometer survey report was released yesterday, and the indications are really not good at all. As earlier indicated, you realize that the Business Barometer survey report stated in quarter one that business confidence, which is a gauge of the mood of doing business in the country, dropped from the 100 basis point to 90.13. Of course, we have a baseline of 100. Anything above 100 tells you that the level of confidence in the economy as far as business is concerned, it's quite appreciable. Now, if it drops below 100, then it's a call for concern. What we have seen is a dramatic or steep decline from 90.13 in quarter one to 22.42 in the last quarter. Again, let me be quick in emphasizing that it is not only looking at historical data in respect of that between April and June of this year, but then we also project in looking forward in 6 months how captains of industries and chief executives of private businesses perceive the level of confidence in the economy as far as business operations are concerned. And hence, this gives much worry or much to be concerned about.
I see. Now, one of the major targets for the economy was to create enough jobs. Now that we're looking at business confidence going down, there's no denying it will have a ripple effect on investment as well. How do you see this impacting on job creation efforts?
You would realize that in our summary report, we also touched on employment generation and export prospects. These are two new dimensions or indicators that have been added, and the figures show that about 60 or 61% of all employers would say that employment is going to remain normal in going forward, and then about 31 or 32% of respondents also stated clearly that there will be a decline in employment, which means there's a possibility of businesses shedding off staff. Cumulatively, about 93% of people interviewed, and in this case, we are talking about very high-ranking officials of private businesses, now saying that there is no hope of really engaging more people as far as employment is concerned. And I think this is a call for worry, as I said earlier on. We need, as a country, to be able to do something about that. Looking at the fact that we have a number of people coming out of our tertiary institutions, polytechnics, universities, and so on and so forth.
Well, two of the biggest bane of this declining confidence in the economy, the depreciation of the city, and then the power sector. Now, a lot of efforts from government has gone into dealing with these two matters, handling the falling of the city, and we've seen investments coming through for the energy sector. Yet, most of the chief executives you spoke with do not see the situation improving in the coming months. Why so?
Yes, my sister, let us understand that in building a nation, I mean, it's a process. And for that matter, we don't expect that some of these things will trigger in or maybe they will trickle in so fast. Definitely, it's going to take some time. If something drastic, I mean, is not done, I mean, between now and end of the year, you wouldn't want to see a dramatic turnaround, probably of the depreciation of the cedi and also a solution to the energy crisis. And that is the concern of AGI and
But James, when we look at the cedi, we've been tackling the cedi since 2012. Over some weeks now, we've seen a somewhat stability in the fall of the cedi. You still don't believe that in the coming months we are going to see, you know, a significant stability in the fall of the cedi?
Now, if you have the currency depreciating between January and now of about 40%, shedding about 40% of its value, even though we have seen a slowdown in the rate of depreciation, but definitely we're still having the pinch, especially those whose imports, I mean, whose raw material depend on imports. And hence, you can't, for a fact, say that, yes, we're going to really see a turnaround of the situation. That's really what we want to do. We want to see some sort of pragmatic effort put in place to be able to address this big challenge of industry, of business. Now, such that, I mean, we wouldn't have to, be losing virtually everything. Now, businesses will tell you that between January and now, they've lost about half of the value of their balance sheet. And that is a dire situation. And we need to really address this as fast as possible. Let me also quickly emphasize that, you know, what businesses need is to be able to plan into the future in 3 months, in 6 months, in a year's time. As things stand now, you can't just plan. You can only do day-to-day routine.
In spite of that, James, in spite of that, we have been told time without number by you business people. The best time to invest is when things are looking down. Why is it different for this time?
My sister, you know, let us be very practical and pragmatic. Let us understand the various challenges that we find ourselves in as business operators currently in the economy. Now, when you have all indicators showing down, when you have the depreciation of your cedi, you have energy crisis, you have multiplicity of taxes, you have Bank of Ghana rules which have not been rolled back completely, you have issues related to contractors not being paid in time. What can you do? And of course, it is very difficult to survive.
Look at it this way. While you're not looking forward to any change in the coming months, but are expecting, but you're expecting a dramatic change all the same. We have been told by the finance ministry that it's only our medium to long-term prospects that are bright. It means in the short term, we don't expect anything to change as dramatically as you're expecting. With that background, what does the future look like for you and your members?
Well, you have to live today for you to be able to see tomorrow. So if businesses are entertaining the fear of imminent collapse today, now how can we then be confident and be able to project into the future by saying that the medium to long-term prospect probably of the economy looks good? We need to ensure that in the next 3 months, probably 6 months, something dramatic is done to really be able to turn the situation around. Other than that, I'm afraid to say
that will take divine intervention, wouldn't it?
That are going to wind up. I mean, because there are no options here. Let us understand that we don't have many options. Businesses are closing down day in and day out, and jobs are being lost. I mean, people are going home. And if we don't actually pragmatically make sure that we can arrest the situation, please, I'm afraid, but the current situation is gloomy.
But I'm happy to say thank you very much for your time here on News Today. James.